afternoon. Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight. I'm Jeremy Schran. And as you can see or hear, Catherine Nero is not with us today. She's out on vacation. So today I am joined by Katie Lewis from Y'all Hospitality Group. She's also a member of our communications committee and has been
about 6 years now.
Right. So that means she gets to draw the short straw and be on the show today with me.
Big shoes to fill.
Yes. And we're going to talk about Y'all Hospitality Group a little bit in the weekend review and a little bit. Talk about all that great stuff they have going on there. There's awesome happy hours. Great one tonight.
Thank you.
Also, we want to thank our title sponsor, CVG, as well as our studio sponsor, L&N Federal Credit Union. Got a great show today, some great guests. Do you want to tell us about the guests today?
Yeah, we've got Shannon Schumacher, an account executive at Haran, and Jason Cooper of BOR Restoration. So we'll hear about trends in health benefits and then all your restoration needs.
Yes. We're starting a new thing today. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, we're bringing it back because I did this a while back. But this one, we're going to start fun facts, but they're going to be fun facts about Northern Kentucky.
Love it.
So today's fun fact about Northern Kentucky, we're going to get to know a little bit about our region.
I want to know more.
But did you know that the Northern Kentucky Metro, which is the top 3 counties, so being Kent and Campbell, we have over 22 fire districts in those 3 counties alone. So that's a lot of fire departments. A lot of tax dollars. And then in the entire Northern Kentucky region, which is like the 9 most counties, so we define it at the chamber as the 9 most counties, we have 40 fire districts. So again, lots of fire districts in a small little area. So that is your weekly fun fact. And we will be right back with Shannon from Haran. And but first, we're going to get a word from L&N, our Federal Credit Union, our sponsor.
Sometimes life is hectic. Choosing a mortgage lender shouldn't be. The L&N 5-5 Mortgage offers competitive rates, no PMI, and up to 100% financing. That's a mortgage that comes with peace of mind. Whether you're purchasing a new home or refinancing, you'll feel right at home with L&N. We're local, trusted, and we'll be here for you even after your closing. Call 800-292-2905 and get started on your 5-5 mortgage. L&N Federal Credit Union. Welcome home.
Welcome back. And today we are joined by Shannon Schumacher from Haran. She's an account executive. She's here to tell us about some health benefits, the trends.
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being with us.
Yes.
So, workforce, hot topic right now. How, with such a low unemployment rate, such a low unemployment rate, how can employers use benefits to help with their recruitment, retention of employees?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Before I dive into it, if you don't care, I'm going to tell a little bit about myself.
Yes,
Is
sure.
that good?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Shannon Schumacher with Haran, and I always like to kid and share that I've been doing insurance longer than I'm old enough to do, right? So for 20 years. And lucky enough to call Haran home for the past 12 years. So I'm a mother, a wife, a volunteer, but I also like to just say I have a true passion for insurance. So I always tease too, my maiden name's Haran, so it must be in my blood to do insurance, right?
Yep.
We come to find out we're 4th generation. So myself and Terry's son Ryan are part of our company. Terry and his father, Jack started the company, and my grandfather was in insurance, and then they had an uncle, too. So
it is literally in your blood.
It's literally in my
Family
blood.
business.
Family business, yes. But I think it does. Insurance is such a boring topic. It can be very overwhelming, and so you do want to be talking to somebody who has a passion about it.
Correct.
So with that, trends. There's a lot of what I call silver objects out there, what's hot, what's happening, fun facts, right? We'll tie everything back together. But, trends come and go when it comes to benefits. And a big trend that I am seeing right now in the market is really around that terminology, self-funding.
Yeah.
So, it used to be in the past, you didn't really talk about self-funded unless you were this large corporation. And now we're starting to see self-funding come what we refer to as downstream. So when you talk about insurance and you talk about benefits, there's a true divide, and the divide is centered around size. And I often talk there's not one size that fits all when it comes to recommendations or, something that would work with your corporation. But size really does play a factor. And so typically we don't see self-funding in that smaller market, but surprisingly it's a topic of conversation that we are discussing with a lot of our groups. So self-funding is becoming a pretty hot trend. I would like to tell individuals or companies in particular, self-funding is not something that you just jump straight into. It is pretty complex. It is a little bit difficult. And you want to make sure that this is not a one-year fix, that it becomes something that you do over time. So, where it is a trend, you want to make sure that it fits with your business goals and your business objectives. Other things that we are seeing as far as trend in the market space are on-site and near-site clinics. Those are becoming pretty popular now.
We had a chamber member open up a Christ Hospital clinic right on site. That we went to a ribbon cutting for.
Yeah, so, and I'm anxious to see, what St. Elizabeth may come up with in the near future, especially with Northern Kentucky organizations and this becoming such a big trend.
And they love to partner with people. They partner with everybody and are really looking after our community.
Yes, and so one last trend, as I talked about size, there's trends for larger groups and then there's trends for smaller organization. The Affordable Care Act has definitely defined what's considered a large corporation, what's considered a small. So most groups that have under 50 employees are considered small employers. So we're seeing level funded plans become pretty popular for the smaller employers. MEWA, the Medical Employer Welfare Act. But then also the Chamber has some great plans through Humana and a program called Elite. So we call those discounted plans or discounted offerings. So it's something to take a look at. And again, those are becoming pretty popular.
Yes, and for more information on that, you can visit the Chamber website. But talk to your broker.
That's right.
Always talk to your broker.
We can always guide you.
Yes.
And shameless plug, Corinne.
So, when companies are talking to you, what are some of the first things that they should think about when they evaluate their benefits? Not only for the cost, but for the experience of the employee.
I love this question because you bring the experience of the employee into it, which means if that is something that the employer is concerned about, that they're really going to look at the full package. And, the first thing that we always want to talk to employers about is let's start from the baseline. And what are your goals and what are your objectives? And how can we match and how can we pair the benefits with your business goals and objectives? And then from there, really have some recommendations. But just for the sense of we're not a company here, we don't have goals. So what do we see out in the marketplace? A big offering of benefits is what's becoming pretty popular. And it works. It works for the multi-generations. It works for your employer who might have, employee who might have 6 members in their family, or it will work for that employee who just has him or herself on the plan. The other thing that we see, we refer to it as worksite or voluntary benefits. So offering benefits that might not be part of your typical package. So typical package being your medical, dental, vision. That's pretty standard in what we see a lot of companies offering. So why not just take it a step further? Companies, you don't have to put the cost into offering these plans. There's a little bit of administration work through payroll and working with a third party. But for the most part, you're just offering additional benefits that might attract or sometimes help retain employees. Yeah. And I know that that's a big, work, keeping our workforce here is pretty powerful. And how do you do that? And often, when benefits is your number 2 payroll cost, what are ways that you can make sure that your employees really appreciate the benefits and know what they have being offered to them? So education around that, but knowing, there's oftentimes I'll go into an employer group and the employees don't even realize what they have as an offering. So you're really making sure that they see it, they know it, they understand it. Kind of going back to the prior question, trends or what we're seeing, something that's been coming up too, and it fits more with this around your offering, but things like pet insurance, identity theft insurance,
legal
insurance. You don't, in my opinion, I don't think about that. I think about health benefits, and I think about dental benefits, and I think about my vision, but I don't necessarily think, oh, my employer can offer this. Student loan forgiveness, things that can help attract and retain, especially when the unemployment is so low, right? What are ways that I can keep you from going down the street for 25 cents more an hour? And so, again, it might not come off of my bottom line, but it's something that I'm willing to invest for you.
Absolutely.
To give you that offering.
All right. Well, your topic was perfectly timed in line with the Chamber editorial calendar, because we are talking all about health and wellness this month. So we have our monthly question, and you get to answer it.
Okay.
So what is one thing you are doing to focus on health or wellness?
Okay, well, you might have given me a heads up, and so I might have brought this in with me.
Yes.
So my New Year's resolution is 120 ounces of water every day. So I had to time it with the podcast to make sure I wasn't running around. And but yeah, so obviously there's always the exercise and diet, but this one to me is the most realistic, doable. I like your refillable water container.
Yes.
Nice.
For some reason, this bottle, my husband teases me about it, but I just like the feel of it, and I can refill it over and over.
If you know you're going to use it,
right?
I joke. I get a new water bottle, and it's like a new toy, and keeps me drinking water, and do what you got to do.
I love it, but I do love that wellness is a hot topic, because that is something that we have had a focus on, and you will find it if you study anything about benefits. It's now part of benefit packaging. So, employers are offering wellness plans, and it's crazy how it all comes together.
Well, Shannon, thank you so much for coming in today and giving us a kind of a lowdown on what's going on in the world of healthcare benefits.
Everybody's favorite topic.
We will be right back with some topics of our week in review. We're going to talk about what's going on in Northern Kentucky, so stay with us. But first, let's hear from CVG.
CVG Airport is the lowest fare airport in the tri-state region, with 54 nonstop flights and direct international service to 7 destinations, including Paris, France, and now home to both DHL's and Amazon's global cargo hubs. The airport is furthering its position as leader in aviation and is deeply committed to being an economic driver for the community. You can learn more and start your next adventure at cvgairport.com.
All right, and we're back. It's time for the week in review. This is the part where I'm really sad Catherine's not here, because she's really good at this.
Yeah, sorry.
She also helps me come up with all these topics.
I am no Catherine Nero.
No, you'll be great. You'll be fine. It was all over the news and all over social media, but Theme Aero opened up a $19 million cargo maintenance hangar at CVG.
Amazing.
I mean, this is great for our region. It's just one more step in that whole becoming a logistics hub of North America and of the world. They're saying that once Amazon opens, we'll be 24 hours from anywhere in the world.
Really?
Yes, they'll be able to get a package in 24 hours to anywhere in the world.
That is incredible.
From CVG. But yeah,
let's go.
It's really cool.
Let's go,
so the other thing that's really great is they're going to add 100 more high-paying aircraft mechanic jobs. These jobs are like above $70,000 a year, I believe. So
that's amazing. It's a great thing for our region.
Yep. Adding more jobs.
Always a good thing. And then our next topic, St. Elizabeth expanded their lung cancer screening program. You were telling me about this, and it sounds, kind of going back to the health benefits and.
Yeah, it's a continued wish of St. Elizabeth, to continue to bring that cancer rate down. And part of the, if you ever hear Dr. Flora talk, he's all about screening early. So this new program, it still has some criteria you have to follow to be able to do this CT scan. It's a low cost, only $100 to get it done. There's a lot of criteria, but the criteria is a lot more laxed than the criteria from an insurance company. So you can get in earlier and sooner.
Easier to get screened, lower barrier of entry, which, early screening means higher success rates.
Yep. Also, they renamed the NKU Student Union Ballroom. That's where the debate was, the gubernatorial debate that we had back before the election. They renamed it for Gordon and Thelma Martin. Gordon Martin, he was known in the region for building homes for returning veterans from World War II. He also was very instrumental in the creation of the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Gordon.
Yeah, he was very, very big involved in that, and really believed that if we worked together, that we would have a bigger, louder voice. And then his wife, Thelma Martin, was very active in Erlanger United Methodist Church and the Florence Women's Club. But it's a great honor, and it's very well deserved. And
Absolutely.
It's great to get some names on some of those buildings over there. Now it's time for the Chamber Roundup. I kind of skipped a little bit here. We only have a few topics this week. You see yeehaw me? Yeehaw! Chamber Roundup.
Let's go.
All right, Chamber Roundup.
What's going on?
Big news this past week on Tuesday, we had our Women's Initiative annual breakfast. I've been going to that event a lot over the years, and this one may have been the best one. The speaker was amazing. Christy Nelson, her story was so empowering. It was just so good. And it was a packed room, lots of great networking, but just make sure you don't miss it next year.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I had a chance to talk to her when I was writing the article for the Business Journal.
Yeah.
She was impressive.
We also have a bunch of events coming up next week. I think we have 5 events next week. There's only 5 days next week.
Busy.
5 events. Some of the bigger ones, we got Eggs and Issues, the General Assembly preview. That's always a big, well-attended one. We're talking about what's going to be going on in Frankfurt this session. On the 22nd, we have Workplace Safety live stream. We're going to utilize the studio more than just the podcast. So if you're in workplace safety, you're going to want to sign up for that. You can watch it straight from your office. You can actually come in and watch it here in the office and network with the same people that normally go to workplace safety events that we do. But that should be pretty interesting. Catherine Nero is going to be back to help host that. And then next week, we have our Pints and Perspectives. It's going to be at the YMCA in Burlington, and it's balancing career and wellness. So we have a few people like Liz Bernis and Carrie Chandler and one other person.
Gary Horton.
Gary Horton. We love Gary Horton. He's great. So those 3 are going to come in and talk about how they balance their career with wellness. And we're talking more wellness this month.
That's
It's
hard.
going to be awesome. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for the weekend review. We're going to be back in just a second with our next guest, Jason Cooper from Boer Restoration. But let's hear some more commercials.
Are you looking for talent in Northern Kentucky? Post your jobs to nkychamber.jobs. nkychamber.jobs is the premier job board to search for jobs in Northern Kentucky. Chamber members post your jobs for free and receive exclusive discounts on Find.jobs recruitment products. Sign up today by visiting www.nkychamber.jobs. That's www.nkychamber.jobs. Did you know the Northern Kentucky Chamber can help celebrate your business's grand opening, reopening, or new location with a ribbon cutting? To take advantage of this member benefit, contact the Chamber at 859-578-8800 and ask for Lynn Ablin. Are you?
And we are back with Jason Cooper from Boer Restoration. Boer, am I saying that right?
Boer, yes.
Boer.
B-O-R.
B-O-R. Yeah, okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I was saying that right. So, what's Boer stand for? Let's start there.
Well, first off, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate that. Thank you for the chamber. The main reason I wanted to do this was to get my name out there since I am relatively new to the area. So I want to be a household name.
Yeah, that's what the chamber is here for.
Yes.
To help you get your name
I was
out.
actually here this morning with the ambassador meeting.
Yes,
so be involved
so
in
you were
that
here
as
this
well.
morning with Shannon as well.
Yes,
because Shannon is an ambassador too. For those of you who
So
don't
that's what I
know.
want to try to do and go
Awesome.
to ribbon cutting ceremonies and kind of help support all the other small businesses that are out there like me.
That's
All right,
fantastic.
So what does Boer stand for?
BOR. So B-O-R, BOR, it stands for Best Option Restoration.
Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, why is it so important? What is so important about being the best option and having the best options available?
Well, your house is a big investment.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of money on it. You spend a lot of time and energy with it. You grow your family with it. You have your friends and family over. So it's something that's a big deal. And you want to seek the right people to do the job for you. You want to do it right. You want it done right the first time. So that's something that we try to harp on is do the job right, work hard, communicate well with the customer, and once given the opportunity and getting those referrals, people are going to see the type of work we do and they're going to like it. And that's where it all stems from. So we got to start first at the ground level, get our name out there, get some jobs, get those referrals coming in, and let people see the work, and the customer service kind of speaks for itself.
And so speaking of best options, we were talking before this, and you said that you're trying to like kind of change the trend to like using thermal heating.
Yes.
So what is this thermal heating? Yes. Why is it the best option?
Okay, so that was one of the two ways that I'm trying to change the industry. The first being customer service. I think, for lack of a better word, customer service is lacking in this industry.
Yeah.
So what I want to do with me and my employees is everybody's always going to have a logo to wear on. The van's wrapped. It's not an unmarked van. People are going to know we're coming. We're going to call the customer when we come to their house. Business card in hand. The last thing I want is for the customer to feel unsafe, afraid, insecure in their own home. Along with that is we're going to walk them through the process of what's going to take place so that they're well aware and they can plan their day or days accordingly as well. So that they don't feel like they're trapped or
right.
That's always helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause sometimes that happens. They're just there, and you're like, are you gonna ever leave?
Yes.
How long
And
is
just
this
kind of
gonna
wandering
take?
around. So communication is a big thing
Yeah.
with that customer service. And then the second part is the thermal heating. Thermal heating is something that's relatively new in the industry, and it helps cut the standard drying time by about 40%.
Wow.
So a typical 7 to 8 day job from another restoration company can take me 4 or 5 days. So it's less inconvenience on the homeowner. We're in and out, which makes them happy so they can get back to their daily lives as well. Along with that is it seems to be standard to do 2-foot flood cuts on drywall when it's wet, no matter how wet it is. With us and with the thermal heating, we could be able to pop off the baseboards, drill holes to where the baseboards were sitting, and then duct the heated air up into the cavity that way.
Oh, that's
Same drying
amazing.
effect. It's quick, but it's an easier rehab. All you have to do is pop the baseboard back on. So the customers are happy with the easier rehab as well as we're in and out. So that looks good on our company as well as whoever referred them to us.
Yeah, awesome.
So I know you do more than just water
Yes.
damage. So what are some
Yes.
other services that you offer?
So we are 24/7 for that water damage part of it, but we also do storm, fire damage, content cleaning, mold remediation, as well as mold testing, and it can be for commercial and or residential properties.
Yeah, awesome. So that mold testing, what kinds of mold testing do you do?
Well, we could do the cotton swabs
Yeah.
and send it off to a lab if there's a particular area that's affected that is of concern, or we can do air quality tests.
Yeah, because I know that sometimes you don't maybe not see the mold,
Yes.
but you can tell that it's in the air.
Or you have somebody sneezing or having some kind of reactions, and they might think it's mold, so they just want to be safe, and before doing any kind of remediation, they want to test it first, and we can do that for them.
Awesome.
Makes sense.
You said you're a relatively new company today?
Yes, November of last year.
Awesome.
So
Congratulations.
joining the chamber, doing apartment association, becoming members and those type of things, trying to be active in the community. Again, all just trying to get brand recognition out there and get my name out there.
Did you do a ribbon cutting?
No, I did not, because I don't have a physical location.
We can ribbon cutting in front of a car in the parking lot out there.
That's exactly my van. That's what I was trying to do. So I would love to do something.
We need to talk to Lynn about that. Lynn, if you're watching, or Jenny, if you're watching.
Or even do it at a restaurant or a donut shop or whatever, and say donuts
well, that's
for
it. You
everybody.
do it in front of a donut shop, and then
Get some
everyone
people
comes and
to
gets some
come.
donuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
We've got a great chamber member in Digby Coffee
There
right
you go.
down the street. Although they got a tiny parking lot, but we'll figure that out.
Make it work.
Awesome. Pretty much the questions we have for you today. So we are on to our monthly question. So what is one thing that you're doing to focus on health or wellness this year?
Well, my oldest is going to turn 4 in May. So basically for about 3.5, 4 years, we've been trying to eat healthy. So that's one of the big things. The next thing is I have a gym membership. So I try to go to work out early in the morning before the day starts. Because I can't do it at night because I got to go get the kids and family
Before
stuff.
everything gets derailed.
Yes. I try to do that 3 days a week. So I'll lift a couple days a week, and then I've gotten into rowing. I don't think many people do that, but it actually
no,
is a
yeah,
really
I
good-
do it.
It's a
Mhm.
really good exercise.
When I get to the gym, I do it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
It happens.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
And if you are in the need of some restoration or some 24-hour water damage help, make sure you guys check
or
out
even
the board.
questions.
Yeah.
Feel free to give me a call.
Yeah. What's your website? How can people find you?
Website is it's a little long.
Yeah.
It's www.borestoration-boonecounty.com.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, go check them out.
Just call me.
Yeah.
And it's area code 859-620-6331. And I can guide you in the right direction to answer any questions.
And you can also find his information on the Chamber's website, nkychamber.com, and you go to our member directory and search Restoration. He'll pop right up. And so just in case you didn't hear all that long website or or the phone number,
I know.
it exists on the Chamber website, and I'm sure most people know how to get to there, hopefully.
Fingers
crossed. All right. Next week we're going to have Catherine back, I believe. So you don't have to do this again.
Thank goodness.
Hopefully you had fun.
It was not that bad.
But you're oh, you know, wait.
But
we didn't talk about
didn't talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about y'all hospitality.
Y'all
you guys
hospitality.
are doing lots.
We are doing a lot. So we are a brand new restaurant group here, and we're in Covington. So we include there's Bouquet down in Main Straw. Been a Covington staple for about 12 years. But then we've also got the Pantry or Butler's Pantry, the kitchen at Butler's Pantry. That's our brand new restaurant.
Delicious.
Opened. Thank you. I
Very
love
delicious.
everything there so far. We opened that on January 6th. And we've also got Fire at River Center. And, you know, more to come. A lot more to come.
Exciting.
Oh,
we love food around the Chamber.
And the food is good.
Yeah.
It's been an insane couple of weeks, though.
Everybody needs to do themselves a favor. Go down to Kitchen at Butler's Pantry and get the Getaballs.
Getaballs. Those are a hit.
Are incredible.
The Getaballs and the wings. Those are some of the biggest hits right now. And honestly, everything that I haven't made my way through the entire menu yet, but I've tried a lot of it, and it's all amazing. And just across the hall is Butler's Pantry, and that's more grab and go. We've got an amazing bakery team over there. Nitro Cold Brew. Our barista Brandon just moved up. He was kind of in the back of the cafe, but now he's we call it Coffee Island up in the front by the lobby, and we're just in River Center. So
yeah, and you got a happy hours going on at Fire now?
Happy hours at Fire tonight. It's flight night, so you can get a flight of its Makers. Maker's Cask Strength and Maker's 46 for $12. So Thursdays are flight nights, Tuesdays are burger nights, and Wednesday is Wine Wednesday.
Do you guys have a website for y'all hospitality group, or is it just all for each of the restaurants?
It is in progress.
Yeah. So
Told you we're brand new.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Ben was just motioning like, oh, what's our website? I'll put it up on the screen.
It is in progress. But
you can check out Bouquet. You can check out Fire.
Yes, check out Bouquet,
Butler's
Fire,
Pantry.
Butler's Pantry. All of them have websites.
They all have Facebook.
All of them have Facebook pages, Instagram, and the Bloody Mary bar at Kitchen. We have so many hot sauces. We have Bloody Mary bar, hot sauces, a lot of pickled wonderfulness, things from the pickled pig. Yeah, it's pretty insane.
All right. Well, there you go. Now, back to what we're going to be talking about next week.
Scheduled.
Back to I'm not used to this. I usually don't have to give Catherine a plug because she's here every week.
I know.
All right. Next week, we've got Jennifer Voorhees. She's a realtor. She's going to come in and talk about some real estate topics. Then we also have a commercial and industrial HVAC contractor coming in. They've been in business for 30 years. We're going to hear from them. It should be fun and delightful, like all of the podcasts are.
It's always amazing.
Please subscribe, share, send it out to all your friends, so you can learn about Northern Kentucky and what all the cool stuff that we have here is.
Who wouldn't want to know what's going on?
I want to thank again CVG, our title sponsor, and then our studio sponsor, L&N Federal Credit Union. We have L&N Federal Credit Union pens here, which are awesome. And then also I want to thank Jason Cooper for being here today, and Shannon Schumacher from Haran. They were great guests today. We will see you next week, and thank you, Katie, for coming in such short notice and being my co-host.
Welcome.
And thank you, Ben, back there, for making us work. All right. See you next week.